for Game 3 of 7. This one in the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic between the 5-1 Class A Kearney Bearcats and the 0-6 Class B Elkhorn North Wolves. John Willis and Eric Allgood with you on Strive TV. Kind of an interesting matchup we have here in game number 3. A Class B team that's struggling, a Class A team that seems to be kind of on the rise. I'm interested to see how this one plays out today.
Yeah, Kearney's, they've had quite the run here in the last, 6, 7, 8 years. Drake Baronic has done a really, really nice job with the Bearcat program. And Elkhorn North, there's no Britt Prince equivalent on the guys' side, so they're still finding their way. But yeah, the girls will be really, really good. But I think it's still speaks. I love the Kearney's black uniforms, by the way. They are top notch, and the baby blue, the Carolina blue for Elkhorn North, is a great color matchup for uniforms. If you're weird like me, you really like it when there's good uniforms to watch in the matchup here. But yeah, Elkhorn North, they're going to try to see what they can do against a Kearney team that they're pretty good. They feel like they have some pieces that they can try to make a run. It's always, Class A, when you get to the end of February, it always gets more interesting. But a team that Coach Bronick says, hey, let's roll it out and see what happens.
For Kearney, again, we mentioned 5-1 on the season. They're averaging 63 points per game. Introducing the starters, so we'll let you know who the starters are. They'll go this way. The 5'10 junior Carter Lee will start along with the 6'4 senior Jack Dahlgren. The 6'1 senior Trey Beckman will start along with the 6'5 junior Asher Endorf. And then rounding out the starting 5 for the Kearney Bearcats will be the 6'1 sophomore Ben Johnson, who's been doing a really nice job for Kearney so far this season, averaging 13 points and 10 rebounds per contest. Then for Elkhorn North, they'll go this way. We'll go the 6'4 junior Tommy Mechna, the 6'1 senior Carson Ripley. Then it'll be the 6'2 freshman Nike Orgabold. Then it'll be the 5'6 senior Imran Ergashev, and rounding out the starting 5 for Elkhorn North, it'll be the 6'5 sophomore Will Farrington. So that's how Andy King's bunch will go. But you mentioned it, Eric. I think probably the best uniform matchup we've had so far today. I mean, this is pretty good.
I will say this. Our scoreboard app looked really good for Kearney Catholic against Sandy Creek when we're here at the Holiday Hoops Classic with the green and the red.
Well, these two teams ready to tip off. Kearney looking for their 6-1 start. They dropped their opening game of the season to Creighton Prep, but have won 5 straight, looking for their 6th straight win as Ben Johnson will jump against Tommy Mechna for the opening tip-off. Kearney in the black and whites. For Elkhorn North, they're in the white and baby blues as both players jump a little early.
Wait a minute.
And the opening tip bounces around, and it's won by Elkhorn North. 0-6 so far in the season, looking for their first wins. Here's Ergashev. He has his pass tipped away and stolen. Here's Carter Lee. Throws it ahead. Here's Ben Johnson, who slams it down with 2 hands.
Emphatic starts, and that's what Kearney High has built their program on. That's nothing new if you've seen Kearney for the last few years. Coach Baronic just wants his guys running and jumping, getting those passing lanes. Create a lot of chaos if you can for the offense.
As Orgabold goes up, he is fouled hard from behind by Asher Endorf, so he will go to the free throw line and shoot 2, but an early 2-0 lead for the Kearney High Bearcats. Again, they've beaten some really good teams so far this season. Their best win of the season so far, they won on a buzzer beater over Millard South over at Creighton Prep earlier this season, as the first free throw from Nike Orgabold was a little too strong off the back of the iron.
I had to ask you twice. Nike, yes, N-I-K-E.
Yeah.
Orgabold is how you spell it. For Elkhorn North in this game, the probably the biggest factor that you would want to see from them is just play within yourself, make the easy plays when they're available. Kearney's going to try to make it as chaotic as they can. Play within yourself, know where your teammates are, and try to play solid basketball. And try not to let that pressure kind of get at you, like kind of a play like that, right? Make the easy play, jump stop on his sideline, where's your next pass sort of thing.
Carson Ripley stepped out of bounds after Trey Beckman missed a 3 from the corner for Kearney High, and now Kearney High has it after the turnover on the other end. Here's Ben Johnson. They swing it around to Jack Dahlgren. Dahlgren, interesting enough, is 22 points away from 100 already on this season. He's averaging 18 points per game so far this year. Had a fantastic start as there's a nice turnaround jumper for Ben Johnson. Gets it to go off the glass. He's got 4 early points for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Johnson's going to be an inside presence that Elkhorn North's going to have a hard time dealing with if Kearney can just stay patient against that zone.
Dahlgren, a little teardropper from 7 foot out, gets that one to go, and an early 5-point lead for the Kearney High Bearcats. They are running and gunning so far early in this one, and we have a travel That's going to go against Imran Ergashev, and Kearney High takes over with 6.5 left to play in the first quarter.
Deep breath for the Wolves, right?
Beckman gets this one into Carter Lee. Lee, the junior, is averaging 9 points per game so far this season. They work this one around. Here's Beckman. Back up top to Dahlgren. Dahlgren top of the key, kicks it out to Trey Beckman. Now in the right corner. Here's Carter Lee, pass cross-court, Dahlgren on the left wing. He'll pull up for three. It's off the front of the iron. The defensive rebound goes to Tommy Mechna. So now Elkhorn North to work this one up with Farrington. Farrington hands it off to Orgabold. Orgabold hands it off back to Ergashev. Working this one around now on the right elbow, driving inside. They throw it cross-court to Will Farrington. Just under 6 to play in the first. 5-point lead for the Bearcats. Farrington pass cross-court. Here's Ergashev. Imran Ergashev looking for a screen. Now double team. Throws the ball inside. Running layup off the glass. Will go off the glass and down for Tommy Mechna. And they get their first points of the contest.
Good set that time from North. Didn't, stayed patient with it. Didn't try to force anything too early in the set and ended up with a nice driving layup.
Carter Lee was fouled before kicking it in the quarter to Asher Endorf. Asher Endorf, the 6'5 junior, averaging 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals so far on the season. They inbound this one. Right corner three on its way. Rims in and out for Ben Johnson, but an offensive rebound. And Endorf is fouled.
Nope, jump.
Oh, no.
Jump ball.
Jump ball, and the possession will stay with Kearney High. So Carter Lee will inbound from the baseline to the left of the hoop. Lee looking for somewhere to go, and he throws it back to Trey Beckman. Beckman now in the right corner. Here's Dahlgren back up top. Here's a three-pointer. That one rims in and out for Trey Beckman. The defensive rebound goes to Elkhorn North, and they'll work this one quickly up the floor. Here's Mechna running all the way. Left-handed layup off the glass is good. 4 early points for Tommy Mechna.
Good finish in transition there and keeping your eyes squared up to the rim the whole time. There was those hands going to be reaching in, but he did a good job focusing where on his target.
Pass cross-court, right corner three on its way. It's good for Carter Lee, who hits it from the corner. Now quickly, Farrington passes it up ahead to Orgabold. Orgabold kicks it back out to Ergashev. Ergashev top of the key, gets it to Farrington, running, layup off the glass. Goes down and in for Will Farrington, who gets his first field goal of the contest.
Settled in now a little bit offensively for Elkhorn North. Now it's a matter of finding those stops on defense.
Pass this one cross-court. Ben Johnson, left wing three, little strong off the back of the iron. The defensive rebound goes to Imran Ergashev, who is double-teamed, trying to work past this full-court press. Seems to be giving Elkhorn North issues early on. As he stepped out of bounds was Carson Ripley.
You know, press even on a missed shot. Most coaches, if they want to press, they'll do it after a make. Kearney High, if Coach Bronick wants to press, it's coming anytime, anywhere. And it has forced a couple of miscues for the Wolves.
Colt Straka will check into the game. He scored 12 points in that big 75-20 win over Buena Vista yesterday for Kearney High. Interesting to note, they didn't start any of their normal starters yesterday as Ben Johnson from the corner hits the three. He's now got 7 first-quarter points. As they quickly work this one ahead with Ergashev, who's trapped in the right corner, trying to pass it cross-court. He lobs it one up, but it's a little underthrown. Dahlgren picks it off. He'll work it the other way for Kearney. Takes a coast-to-coast layup off the glass. Just a little short. The defensive rebound going to Farrington. 5-point lead for the Bearcats. Just about 3:50 to play in the first quarter. Here's Carson Ripley, trapped, double-teamed. He's able to get it out again, a little underthrown, and it's stolen away once again by Straka. He'll work it the other way, working quickly, and he tried to throw it back. Took an extra step. It's a travel, so Elkhorn North will take over.
Well, right up until he didn't let the ball go on the pass, that was exactly what Kearney High wants to do. They want to run and jump. They want to make that trap for you in awkward spots so that if you're not ready for it, you got to throw a long pass out of it. That's exactly what happened there. Defense trying to turn into offense, and that's the part where if Elkhorn North settles down, trust their teammates of where you're going to be and what they're going to do with it when they get it, well, then you can draw fouls like that because you know Kearney's going to come running at you, flying at shooters, stuff like that. Got to be ready for that and anticipate where you can make your play.
Mentioned Farrington, tried to pull up for three. He hesitated, and then Ben Johnson came out of nowhere. There's another foul. Tommy Mechna catches it, fouled immediately by Justin Murray, the 6'3 senior, just checked in for the Bearcats. He's been in and out of the starting rotation so far for the Bearcats this year. And coming off the bench here today, Farrington pulls up left wing three. Bingo. Will Farrington hits that one from the left wing.
Farrington's got a nice game, good range, good reach, good frame to work with. So he's going to be fun to watch.
It's a 2-point game. 3:10 remaining in the first quarter. Kearney High and Elkhorn North. Class A versus Class B matchup. Here's Dahlgren. Dahlgren driving inside. His running 4-footer drops in. 4 points for Jack Dahlgren here in the first.
Dahlgren, he's a smooth operator when knifing through that lane like that. It'll be interesting to see. Elkhorn North probably doesn't feel like they have 5 guys that they can fully match up with Kearney High. So can you pick your spots and play man every now and then to try to make a trap or something on defense to make Kearney do something differently on their offense?
Right corner 3 was partially blocked by Carter Lee. So now here come the Bearcats the other way with Dahlgren. Dahlgren zips it to Johnson. Right wing 3 on its way, left it short off the front of the iron. The defensive rebound will go to Carson Ripley of Elkhorn North. And now the Wolves will go quickly the other way, but a pass too far, trying to hit Will Farrington.
And there's that kind of trust factor, right? Was Will probably expecting that pass? Not really, expecting his point guard to bring it up, right? So trust that your teammates are going to do what they're going to do. And then, got to go do it too, right?
As Johnson will inbound this one to Carter Lee. Carter Lee, 3 first quarter points here for the Kearney High Bearcats. Looking for their 6th straight win of the season. As Dahlgren on the left wing, they now swing it over to Johnson. Johnson's had a nice first quarter up to this point for Kearney High, as Carter Lee's 3-pointer was a little strong off the back of the iron. A foul will go against the Wolves of Elkhorn North. 2:11 remaining in the first. A 4-point lead for the Bearcats, but give Elkhorn North credit. Early on they were running and gunning a little bit, the Bearcats were, but Elkhorn North has somewhat weathered the storm, and a 4-point lead. We'll take a break. 14-10, Bearcats lead it. This is the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
This Strive Sports production is brought to you by Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning, Rivals Sports Bar and Grill, and by Pinnacle Bank. We couldn't do it without your support.
Welcome you back to Lynn Farrell Arena here on the campus of Hastings College. Game 3 of 7, Class A versus Class B here between Elkhorn North and Kearney High, and Elkhorn North hanging around so far. Only a 4-point game. They're, again, Kearney High kind of started out fast, but they've kind of weathered that storm.
Yeah, and, we talked about the mistakes that Kearney High's defense wants to force, and, yeah, Elkhorn North has faced those for sure, but at the same time, okay, now it's 6, but really that's probably been the difference in the game so far. In the half court, once Elkhorn North has settled down, they've been okay there.
Ergashev almost turns it over, but it was poked out of bounds by Kearney High, and we saw Jack Dahlgren get the bucket for Kearney on the other end on a beautiful inbounds play. As we'll see a couple substitutions as Garrett Heaney along with Cole DeBuse will check into the game, and Jet Tinglehoff for Elkhorn North with 1:56 remaining here in the first quarter. Inbounds play, right corner 3 on its way. That one goes down and in for Cole Dryak.
And then you hit a 3 and you're only down 3, It's you feel, if you're Elkhorn North, maybe that you're kind of holding on by the rope isn't terribly thick right now, but you do have a good grasp of it. This is certainly not, we're not going away from anything.
Trey Beckman bounce pass to Carter Lee. Lee swings it over in the right wing. Now Johnson in the right corner. Pass back up top. Here's Carter Lee. Pulls for 3, and he knocks it down. Carter Lee once again.
Nice answer for Carter there. Good set for Kearney High against that zone. Take your time. Be patient against it. And, Elkhorn North has drawn a couple of fouls. That's 4 now on the team for Kearney. So, again, Kearney's coming at you. So if you can stay in control of your body and the ball, you're going to have a chance to draw some of those fouls. Probably had a chance right there if they stop, but instead we're going the other way.
And here's a turnover the other way. Going all the way was Lee, who gets the layup to go. Counted on the foul. He'll head to the line and try to make it a 3-point play. Carter Lee, what a first quarter he's having. That's now 8 points for the junior. So he will go to the free throw line, try to get a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. A minute 12 remaining. Lead now blossoms to 9 after the made free throw by Carter Lee. 22-13, Kearney High on top of Elkhorn North as Farrington zips a pass across midcourt, and now Elkhorn North will look to run. Here's DeBuse on the left wing. Back up top, Farrington. Long three-pointer from straight on. Just a little strong off the back of the iron. Fight for the rebound. Johnson has it for Kearney. Throws it ahead to Dahlgren. Dahlgren just inside the left wing. Hands it off. Carter Lee drives inside on the left block. And his pass might have been partially blocked as it now goes the other way with Tingelhoff. So now he'll slow it down on the right wing. Back out Farrington. Swings it over to Buse on the left wing. Hoists up a three. It's an air ball. Might have been a little bit blocked. As now they throw this one ahead to Johnson for Kearney. Behind the back, takes a running 4-footer. Gets that one to go. What a first quarter it's been for Ben Johnson.
You remember when this was a 3-point game about a minute and a half ago? Holy cow.
That's what it seems like Kearney High's been able to do this season. You know, going back and forth as here's another turnover as Ben Johnson picks it up. One harmed throw the other way. Johnson from straight on. He'll pull for three once again. It's off the front of the iron. Tingelhoff with the defensive rebound for Elkhorn North. 10 seconds left. They got to move quickly here. Now they lose the ball. Dahlgren throws it ahead. Layup goes in for Trey Beckman off the glass. And that is how the first quarter will end. Well, Kearney, after this lead was 16-13, a little 10-0 run to end off the first quarter. They lead it by 13. The second quarter is just ahead as we bring you the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
3 threes for.
Welcome you back here to Lynn Farrell Arena here at Hastings College as the Kearney Bearcats lead this one 26-13 as we start out the second quarter. Carter Lee and Ben Johnson both with 9 points in the first quarter. Ben Johnson especially looks very impressive out there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of game, right? He's got that inside game, and he's drilled a couple of them from the outside. And smooth and a good study. This is going to be a great film study, I think, for Elkhorn North when they go back to watch this one. The way Kearney moves, everybody's head, it seems like, and this is hard to explain, seems like they're above water, right? So even when they're playing fast, they're kind of playing chaotic, if you will. They know where they want to play chaotic, and Elkhorn North is playing into the chaos, if you will. Right, and so it feels like at times they're kind of drowning. But on the few times that we have seen them just make a solid pass, jump stop, I mean the really basic stuff, they've been fine. They've gotten the ball up the floor, they've made good passes, they've had a chance to make open shots, and they've knocked down some open shots. So it's not like they're inept by any means. It's just a matter of sometimes they're speeding themselves up when they don't really need to.
Now Ben Johnson will work it the other way. Ben Johnson out to Dahlgren. Dahlgren pulls a left wing three. It's off the front of the iron. The defensive rebound goes to Heaney for Elkhorn North. As almost another turnover as Tingelhoff just trying to hold on, looking for somewhere to go with the ball. He throws it ahead to Farrington. Farrington has to heave it across midcourt to avoid the 10-second. Now in the right corner. Ball is loose on the ground. Both teams fighting for it. We'll get a jump ball possessional point in the direction of the Kearney Bearcats. Couple substitutions. Carson Ripley and Imran Ergashev will check into the game for Elkhorn North, and for Kearney High, Colt Straka will check back into the game. 7:10 left to play in the second quarter. A 13-point lead for the Kearney High Bearcats as Straka will walk this one up the floor for Kearney in their nice black uniforms that they debuted sometime last week as Jack Dahlgren on the right wing. Bounce pass inside under the bucket. They'll have Asher Endorf lay that one up and in.
Yeah, nice finish there on the well-executed set play, trying to get the screen on the bottom for Endorf, and he was able to finish there.
Ripley is trapped. He throws it ahead. Ergashev now under the bucket. Layup too strong by Garrett Heedy. Now Kearney to work it the other way. Here goes Straka. Throws it ahead. Back to Johnson, who swings it over. They now pass in the right corner to Straka. Back up top, Dahlgren. Move the ball. A lot of hot potatoes so far as the ball doesn't seem to be in one place for a super long time. Here's a left wing three. A little strong for Endorf, and now a foul. We'll go that against Straka, and ball will go the other way to Elkhorn North. It's Tommy Mechna and Nike Orgabold will check into the game for the Elkhorn North Wolves. 6:20 remaining in the first half. A 28-13 lead for Kearney. So again, they look for their 6th win of the season as Ergashev will work this one up the floor. He's trapped, throws it ahead to Farrington. Farrington trying to work it past midcourt, and they are able to. Here goes Ripley the other way, takes a shot just inside the free throw line, gets that one to fall. Carson Ripley with his first field goal of the contest.
Yep, great job against the press break. Don't panic. Get the ball to the middle, press the issue, see what you get, and you get a little 8-footer for 2.
Dahlgren pass cross court. They work it in the corner to Ben Johnson. Johnson driving all the way, kicks it out. Right corner to 3 on its way for Beckman, and he hits it. Trey Beckman now with 5 points, gets the right corner 3 to go.
See, now it's where it starts to feel like the mountain to climb if you're Elkhorn North, because you just sort of like, hey, we had a great offensive set. Awesome, we got 2 points. And then Kearney goes in, out, splash of 3. Good answer right there. Great shot to come back on the other end.
Nike Orgabold hits the left wing 3. Now on the other hand, here's Jack Dahlgren. Pass cross court. Johnson, left wing 3 on its way. And he hits it. And it seems like every time Elkhorn North has something, Kearney's right back with an answer.
You get a shot, and you get a shot, and you get a 3.
It's now pass up the other way. Here's Ergashev. Imran Ergashev, pass cross court. Catching it is Ripley, driving inside on the left block. Kicks it back out. Farrington on the left wing, on the left corner. They work this one around with Carson Ripley. Trying to find something again, trying to slow it down, play their kind of game with Farrington. Bounce pass to the top of the key, driving inside, kicking it out into the right corner. Stepping inside, long jumper. That one goes for Nike Orgabold. And again, you mentioned when they're able to slow it down and run their offense, they're doing okay.
Smooth shot, too, there from Orgabold.
As they pass it in the right corner, here's Straka, who pulls a right corner 3. It's short off the front of the iron. The defensive rebound goes to Carson Ripley, and Ripley will throw it ahead to Farrington to work it past the timeline. Just about 4.5 left to play in the first half. Ripley, top of the key, driving inside, trying to work into the post. He now kicks it back out. Here's another shot from Orgabold. That one from the left corner from about 15 feet out. Nike Orgabold getting going. He's got 7 second quarter points.
The pull-up J, that's a lost art, right? Everybody shoots 3s and layups, but the pull-up 15-footer, I like it.
Now the other way, here goes Dahlgren. Dahlgren on the left block, kicks it out. Johnson on the right wing, now drives inside into the right block. Throws up a shot with the left hand. It's off the right of the iron. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Ben Johnson. Carter Lee and Asher Endorf will check back into the game for the Kearney Bearcats.
Got a couple highlights on the Strive Sports Twitter. Don't forget to follow us there if you haven't already, at Strive Sports. Don't forget it's STRIV Sports. There's no E in Strive, so it looks like Striv. I know, I get it.
As Ripley catches this one on the inbound, they'll work it past the timeline with Farrington. Just under 4 to play, 12-point lead for Kearney. So Elkhorn North not out of this at all. They've been playing pretty well. Here goes Orgabold again, but he has a shot rejected by Asher Endorf. So now Kearney will work it the other way with Johnson. Pass up ahead, right wing 3 on its way. A little strong from Trey Beckman, but an offensive board. Now back to Endorf. Endorf in the left corner, kicks it out to Carter Lee, and now they'll slow things down for the moment. Endorf trying to drive inside, working on the baseline. He stepped out of bounds, so Elkhorn North will take over off the turnover.
Good defensive possession there for Elkhorn North. There was a couple skips from Kearney that didn't fruit any shots, and then they get the trap along the baseline and get the step out of bounds.
Ergashev will try to work this one past McCourt. He does, gets it ahead to Nike Orgabold, just inside at the top of the key. Trying to slow things down. They hand it off to Farrington. Farrington dribbling with the left hand. Now kicks it back out. Here's Orgabold. Orgabold looking for a screen. Now drives inside, kicks it over. Farrington in the left corner. Step back 3 on its way. Rims down and in for Will Farrington. That's now 8 points for Farrington. Lead is cut to 9. Now the other way. Here goes the Bearcats. 34-25, just under 3 to play. Elkhorn North still hanging around. Here's Carter Lee just past the logo. Lee swings it over to Dahlgren on the left wing. Back up top, Carter Lee. Lee driving inside on the right elbow, kicks it over right corner 3 from Beckman. Left it short, but an offensive rebound by Dahlgren. Dahlgren, pass up top, Lee. Lee on the right wing, trying to drive inside. Runs, has his shot denied. The other way by Tommy Mechna, but once again, Kearney's able to pick it up. Couple extra possessions. Here's Dahlgren in the left corner. Driving inside on the left block. Pass to the right corner. Here's Carter Lee. 3 on its way. Rims in and out. The defensive rebound will go to Tommy Mechna.
Man, maybe avoided the catastrophe there for Elkhorn North, and they're going to get the timeout there. But the defensive possession, you play such great defense, but 2 missed shots, 3 different opportunities, and still you get the stop. Now you got it after the timeout.
They're playing pretty physical, too, which I think is good to see, and it's been getting better throughout the game as they're seeming to adjust to what Kearney High is wanting to do so far in this one. They've been able to cut the lead to 9, and again, on those offensive plays, we've seen Nike Orcabold. You mentioned a couple pull-up jumpers that's been working really well. When they're able to slow it down and not, work at 100 miles per hour like it seems Kearney likes to do, they're doing pretty good.
Right. And credit to Kearney, that's what Coach Baranek wants. He wants it fast. He wants it in your face. He wants it to feel like there's 10 guys on defense, right? That's how fast he wants his guys moving. But if you realize, hey, there's not 10, there's only 5, and 2 of them are over here, so I could pass it over there. Then that's where you can attack that, and you see the teams that when they play well against Kearney, that's what they do. They anticipate and know where Kearney wants to come fast, and they're able to get through it or over it quickly. And if you can do that, you can get yourself open shots. There's been a few times that Elkhorn North has been able to do that, just not quite enough. But down 9, 2 minutes to go in the first half. You still got some time.
Farrington will inbound this one in the backcourt to Ripley. Now he gets it to Imran Ergashev, 5'6" senior, to dribble this one up the floor. Here's Nike Orgabold, top of the key, driving inside, working into the right block. Going up strong, he's fouled, and he will go to the line and shoot, too. I've been really impressed with Nike Orgabold. Now 8.7 here in the second quarter. He's playing some really good basketball.
Yeah, and a smooth step, right? Some guys are just blazingly quick. That first 2 steps, a Hunter Salas, Chucky Hepburn, just 1, 2, and they're gone, right? They're by you in a heartbeat. But Nike's really got kind of a smoothness gliding, if you will, and you don't quite know when he's going to stop and pull up. You don't quite know when he's going to keep going there, and that's how he drew the foul on that one.
He's only a freshman as well. We've seen a couple good freshman performances so far today. Jack Poppy in the game before us scored 22 points in that big win for Donovan Treble. So some impressive freshmen here today. As there's Ben Johnson. He has his shot partially blocked by Tommy Mechna. Mechna will work it up the floor the other way. Here's Orgabold, pass up ahead to Carson Ripley. Ripley trying to drive inside the left wing, kicks it back out. Orgabold driving inside, going all the way. Layup will go off the glass and in, but they will call a charge. So it'll go the other way in favor of the Bearcats.
Well, I was just about to say, man, I hope that I hope Mechna gets a chance on offense, because that was such good help defense on the other end for him to get that block at the last second. But unfortunately, he comes back for Kearney High.
Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Kearney High, their lead has been cut to 7. Elkhorn North playing some good ball. Here's Endorf passing the right corner to Dahlgren. Dahlgren backs out, kicks it out. Here's Trey Beckman out of lead on the left corner. Here's Johnson back up top. Now pass inside. Moving the ball around. Trey Beckman, right wing 3 on its way, and he knocks it down.
That is how you execute the pass against the zone drill. Really well done by the Bearcats.
So lead is back to 10 with just about a minute to play here in the first half. They throw it up ahead to Ergashev, and Ergashev stepped out of bounds. Again, the defensive pressure causes a turnover for Elkhorn North, and Kearney takes over with just about a minute left. As Trey Beckman inbounds this one with just about 55 seconds and counting. Carter Lee to Beckman, now back to Lee. They swing it in the corner to Dahlgren. Dahlgren back up top, Lee. Now Beckman in the left wing. Pass inside to Endorf, and they continue to work it around. Again, it doesn't seem like anybody's touching the ball for longer than a couple seconds as Endorf drives all the way. Will get a blocking foul. And so Endorf will head to the free throw line.
That is such a tough call for the officials. I'm not necessarily disagreeing, but from an officiating standpoint, defender pretty clearly in position, and then the offense jumps and makes glancing contact. Like, I don't envy the guys and gals that wear stripes, because there's a lot of calls that are really tough. That one is, you can read that in a rule book a lot, and you can read a lot of decisions, and you can watch a lot of tape, and until you're actually the official under the hoop trying to make that call, it's just an awkward, tough one to make. Usually, I will say this, when you get the offensive guy going like he's trying to slide off it, you'll usually get that call as a block, but still a tough one to make.
Endorf goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, so back to a 12-point lead for Kearney, and now Elkhorn North will look to close out the first half in a good way as Orgevold posts up ahead to Carson Ripley, back to Orgevold, and now they will slow it down here a little bit, trying to get possibly the last shot of the first half and end it off in the right way as Farrington has it. Farrington pass back to Nike Orgevold, who's working on the right wing, and he works it back out to Ergashev.
By the way, no shot clock in this one. When you have an A versus B matchup, the B team actually has the option, do you want the shot clock or not? So Elkhorn North said no, and not in this one, and then turns it over with 11 seconds.
Turns it over on the travel call, double dribble, and now Kearney High will take over with just about 12 seconds left to play in the first half. We'll see if they can get a final shot before the first half ends. As Tommy Beckman, they swing it over in the right corner, pass inside. Johnson wide open under the hoop, lays it up and in with the right hand. Couple seconds left. They're not going to be able to get a shot off. And that's a nice end of the first half for the Kearney Bearcats. They lead it 41-27 at the break, as we are here in the Heartland Hoops Classic right here on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
By having good sportsmanship, we recognize the hard work and commitment of all teams participating. How we act when we compete also shows who we are as people.
Sportsmanship is going the extra mile to earn the respect of everyone in attendance.
Sportsmanship shouldn't just be on the court, it should also be in the stands and everywhere you go.
Good sportsmanship makes competing in any event more fun, but it comes from more than just the athlete. It comes from parents and coaches too.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
Go get that!
John Willis and Eric Allgood back with you from Hastings College at Lynn Farrell Arena for the second half in our Class A versus Class B matchup between the Kearney Bearcats and the Elkhorn North Wolves. Pretty competitive first half. Kearney with a couple late shots. They lead at 41-27 as we resume action here at Lynn Farrell Arena.
Yep, so if you're Elkhorn North, nothing different than what we were talking about in that first half. If you take your time in your offense, and time is a relative thing, obviously, right? But if you take your time within your offense and you work on those, work for the ball and trust your teammates that you are going to go where you're supposed to and they're going to be where they're supposed to be, then you don't let that chaotic defense that Kearney High can play affect you quite as much. When Elkhorn North has done that, they've executed really, really well, actually.
Here goes Mechna into the lane. His layup off the glass goes on down and in. 6 points now for Mechna.
Mechna, a couple of defensive possessions for him as well. He's had a nice game so far. Need a little more out of the big fella.
Carter Lee pass in the corner as they swing this one around. Lob it up for Ben Johnson, who can't get the dunk to go. That would have gotten this place on its feet. But just can't, just a little strong that time as Farrington will kick it out the other way. As they swing this one, here's Orgabold, who had a really nice first half. Can't get his right wing three to go, but mentioned 10 points for him in the first half, 9 of them coming in the second quarters. There's a turnover. Here comes Elkhorn North the other way. Spinning into the lane is Ripley. His fadeaway 7-footer goes, and the foul. He'll head to the line and try to make it a 3-point play.
That's the head above water kind of play. That was a really good example of it, right? Get the steal, head up, and I'm in control of what I'm trying to do. Even when the defense, I make my spin. Even when the defense comes to bump me, I'm still in control, able to finish.
Oh, a 4-0 run for the Wolves to start out this third quarter. Nice start against this Kearney team. 4 points now for Carson Ripley, and he will make it 5 as he knocks in the free throw. So now 5-0 run to start out this third quarter. Kearney High will try to find something. Here's Beckman, a couple feet outside the left wing. Swings it to Carter Lee in the left corner, pass cross court. Here's Johnson, pass inside. Here's Justin Murray. Back out Johnson, right corner three on its way, and he puts it in. Ben Johnson continues his strong afternoon, 17 points.
And you know, a couple of them from the outside. We saw the dunk to start the game as well, and he's a nice piece that you can kind of build around if you're Kearney High.
Orgabold has it at the logo, 44-32. Bearcats on top of Elkhorn North. Here's Ergashev. Pass inside, going all the way, but losing the ball back to Ergashev, and they kick it back out to Will Farrington. It's Farrington looking for a screen from Mechna. Now they get it back to Mechna. Mechna going up. He's fouled by Justin Murray. And Tommy Mechna will head to the free throw line.
I like it. That was a nice see and feed, and Mechna's going to get a couple free throws for the effort there.
6:08 remaining in the third quarter. Just a couple minutes into this third between Elkhorn North and Kearney High. Elkhorn North so far winless on the season. Looking for their first win of the season as Jack Dahlgren checks in the game for Ben Johnson as the first free throw goes from Mechna. 11-point lead for Kearney. As Mechna approaches his second free throw up and good. So 4 third quarter points here early for Tommy Mechna. The lead is cut to 10. So they work this one up ahead of Justin Murray, who almost didn't catch it in time. Here goes Dahlgren just inside the free throw line. Back to Murray, kicks it out. Right wing three on its way, and it goes for Asher Endorf.
That's trust in your teammates. I know you're supposed to know that you get this pass on the wing. It got there. It was fine.
As Ripley throws this one ahead to Farrington. Farrington into Orgabold. Nice pass underneath. The reverse layup goes off the glass and in for Tommy Mechna.
Head above water. That was another good example of it.
It's now 6 third quarter points for Mechna. He's up to 10. Nice start to this third quarter. As Dahlgren kicks it out, here's Endorf driving inside, working on the right block. Now bounce pass back up top, wide open. Dahlgren straight on three. Just a little short off the front of the iron. The defensive rebound goes to Carson Ripley.
Farrington's a little gimpy for where Elkhorn North got his ankle rolled up a bit as he was on defense down there. Gonna play through it though.
Get it to Ripley at the top of the key. Now over to Farrington. Farrington on the left wing. Look to drive inside now. We'll back it back out. Get over to Orgabold. Orgabold top of the key, driving inside, working into the left block. Now kicks it back out to Ripley. They work this one around. Here's Ergashev driving all the way. Takes a runner, and that one is blocked by Dahlgren. It'll go out of bounds off of Dahlgren. But a nice job defensively by Jack Dahlgren as Ben Johnson checks in for Kearney. 4:50 left to go in the third. 11-point lead for Kearney as Will Farrington is needing to tie his shoe on the baseline before we resume action. So a little stop in the action. So now Farrington is ready on the baseline. He will inbound this one for Elkhorn North. Throws it into Mechna, makes a catch in the right wing. Now hands it off to Ergashev, back to Mechna. Mechna driving inside, going all the way. His floater off the glass goes down and in. Tommy Mechna continues his strong third.
Mechna wants the ball. He's, uh-oh.
Now we're going to see a technical foul as head coach Andy King is getting into it with the ref. They're going to get Andy King with the technical foul. And so now a couple free throws coming for the Kearney High Bearcats.
He wanted the foul called as Mechna started to make his move, wanted the foul called, and had seen that a few times and said one too many things there to one of the officials.
Ben Johnson hits his first free throw. He now has 18 points. His second free throw is short off the front of the iron. A little frustrated with himself as he misses the second. And to top that all off, Kearney High will now get possession as well. So Trey Beckman to inbound, throws it in the backcourt to Dahlgren, who will walk it across the timeline for Kearney High. 8-point lead for the Bearcats. Here goes Dahlgren all the way, kicks it out left corner. Endorf now hesitates, back to Dahlgren, left corner three on its way. Short off the front of the iron, but an offensive rebound by Lee. Goes up with the right hand, layup off the glass. Is down and in for Carter Lee, who's now in double figures.
Well, and that was possible because Ben Johnson actually boxed Farrington all the way out of bounds, and it cleared everything out underneath the hoop.
Johnson on the left wing, going all the way, takes a running 5-footer, but it was an air ball. The defensive rebound goes to Orgabold, and they'll work it the other way. Pass this one up ahead to Ergashev. Imran Ergashev kicks it back out. Here's Ripley spinning into the paint, kicks it out. Nike Orgabold, left wing three on its way, and he hits it. Nike Orgabold with the three-pointer. He's got 13 points.
Yeah, that smooth shot again. And hey, here's its 8-point game. Now, I know we said 1 point there in that first quarter. It was 16-13, and it was like Elkhorn North was like, hey, this is in there. That was a 10-0 run. But, okay, we're farther into this game. You've got your head above water. Down 8, plenty of time left. Great drive again. Really like how Orgabold's now looking for that shot a little more. And you see Kearney starting to get a little frustrated on defense.
Lead is cut to 6. Nike Orgabold with 5 quick points, and we're going to get a timeout from head coach Drake Baranek as Elkhorn North. What a performance they have had in this one. 3:20 remaining in the third. 50-43, Kearney High on top of Elkhorn North. It's the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
Well, Drake Baranek's bunch uses a timeout, only up by 7 now, as Elkhorn North continues to run here as Nike Orgabold with 5 third-quarter points, 8 third-quarter points from Tommy Mechna. They've done a really nice job continuing to fight, even when Kearney's gone on some runs.
Yep, and every time Kearney's had a little answer, especially the second half, you kind of keep seeing Elkhorn North just chip away, right? And again, it's just that mentality of our heads above water. We know things are going to be chaotic, but we can handle that. And Kearney is still executing at a really high level for the most part on their offense. But Elkhorn North is they're kind of just chipping away. I like the mentality right now.
Carter Lee missed a corner 3. Now on the other end, here goes Imran Ergashev as they have a chance to continue to whittle this lead down. Here's Mechna back out. Ergashev on the left wing, trying to drive inside, moves into the post, and now he hesitates, throws it back out to Farrington, who will step into a long right wing three. Strong off the back of the iron. Ben Johnson with a defensive rebound for Kearney. Johnson running it with it the other way, throws it ahead. Carter Lee. Lee going all the way. His shot will miss well short. A lot of contact, and they will play on. As here goes Tommy Mechna the other way from right to left for Elkhorn North. Mechna gets a lane, goes all the way, has his shot blocked. Out of bounds. A nice job defensively by Asher Endorf.
Yeah, Endorf didn't give up the big, a lot of space there, so he's able to recover defensively. Good job there to come down on that.
Cole Dryak will check into the game for Elkhorn North. With 2:27 remaining in the third, it's a 7-point game. As Farrington will inbound from the baseline to the left of the hoop. Farrington looking for somewhere to go, throws it in Mechna. Mechna working on the left block, goes up. Right-handed hook shot will go for Tommy Mechna.
Yep, got that over Carter Lee that time. Good size mismatch and a good ability for Mechna to realize, hey, I'm the one that's got the advantage here. 5-point game, 2 minutes to go, third quarter.
Elkhorn North continuing to fight. That's 10 third-quarter points for Tommy Mechna. He's up to 14 on the afternoon, as now Kearney High. You don't see this a lot. A player holding it for a couple seconds.
Well, you don't see it in A at all, right?
Yeah.
With the shot clock. But, yeah, this is interesting. So here's the other thing, and this has been my stance on a shot clock, period, in basketball. If you are the offense and you want to pull it out and at least catch your breath, which is what it kind of looked like Kearney wanted to do there, that's great. If you're the defense and you don't go guard, well, that's just as much on you as it is on the offense.
Going to see a jump ball as Endorf got tied up.
Still Kearney.
With Ergashev, and it'll stay with the Kearney High Bearcats. Like you mentioned, and Kearney's probably not used to this as well, playing Class A opponents for the majority of this season so far, but Drake Baronik saying, we don't have to shoot it right away. Let's slow things down as that one's tipped out of bounds by Nike Orgabold, so possession still with Kearney.
On the flip side of that, I've also seen where that can, the trying to slow the game down without the shot clock actually takes yourself out of the rhythm that your offense was in. That's a really nice answer there, though, for Carter Lee. Carter must have heard me talking about it, apparently.
Carter Lee hits the right corner three. It's back to an 8-point lead. That's a big-time shot for Kearney after the lead was cut to 5. Farrington throws it ahead. Dryak kicks it out to Ergashev. Ergashev working on the left wing, drives inside, kicks it out. Cole Dryak driving inside, throws up a 5-footer, puts it in, and the foul. He'll go to the free throw line, try to make it a 3-point play.
Everybody for Elkhorn North trying to attack the middle of that lane right now, and that's how you're going to keep yourself in this and give yourself a chance. So hopefully there in that fourth quarter, keep attacking in there. We've seen Mechna a couple times, and a nice finish there for a chance at the 3-point play.
So Cole Dryak at the free throw line. His free throw is good. That's now 6 points for Cole Dryak. Just about 1:10 remaining in the third. 5-point lead for the Bearcats, 53-48. Give it up to Dahlgren. Dahlgren at the free throw line, kicks it out. Carter Lee, right wing three on its way, puts it in. Carter Lee, 2 straight threes. Big time answer for Kearney and Carter Lee, and now the other way. Here goes Dryak. Just under 50 seconds to play here in the third. Here's Orgabold, a couple feet outside. Now he hands it off to Ergashev. They try to throw it back to him on a backdoor. He lands on the ball, and we will get a timeout, smart timeout by Andy King's bunch to make sure that he could hold on to the ball. 35 seconds remain in the third. It's an 8-point lead for the Bearcats, and feels like the Bearcats are a little bit on the ropes right now, like they're kind of trying to just hang on to this lead.
Yeah, well, that's why those shots there from Carter Lee have been so massive, right? Those back-to-back threes. Otherwise, we're looking at a 2-point game. So a steady and influence, and that's what you need. If you're a team like Kearney, you're 6-1 on the season. You're only lost to Creighton Prep. You need somebody to be able to kind of step up and say, I'm going to hit this shot. We're fine. We're not trailing by any means. We haven't given up. Hasn't been a huge run. That's kind of the other thing for Elkhorn North. They've kind of chipped away. It hasn't been in a flurry of 6 points in a row in 30 seconds or anything like that. What you can see from Kearney, but they've just kind of been slowly chipping away. So those shots from Lee, they really settled the score, if you will, because as the other guys, even if they're a little flustered, hey, they could still look at that scoreboard and go, okay, 8 points, we're good.
Orgabold will inbound from the baseline for Elkhorn North out of the timeout. 8-point game. Kearney leads this one. Mechna catches it on the inbound, spins into the post, goes up with the right-handed shot off the glass. Will go. Tommy Mechna now 12 third-quarter points.
If Mechna can get that deep on the dribble drive, he is going to be next to impossible to stop.
6-point game. They kick it out to Ben Johnson. 20 seconds left in the third. Here's Carter Lee, a couple feet outside the top. They get it over to Jack Dahlgren. They will slow this one down, likely take the final shot of the quarter here in the third. 7 seconds now remain. Now Dahlgren kicks it over to Lee. Corner three on its way. Leaves it as an air ball. Now quickly the other way, Ergashev throws it ahead. Dryak won't get the shot off. It'll land off the front of the rim, but this one going down to the wire. What a third quarter for the Wolves. 56-50. Kearney leads it. Fourth quarter action is just ahead as we bring you the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Trade in that old sleigh for a new Jeep during the big finish at Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. Fill your stockings with over $9,600 in discounts and rebates when you choose a 2022 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4x4. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or select a 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 and get over $9,400 in discounts and rebates. Plus, 90 days no payments. To give your year a big finish, dash on over to Tom Dinsdale CDJR.
This Strive Sports production is brought to you by Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning, Rivals Sports Bar and Grill, and by Pinnacle Bank. Without your support.
Back here in Lynn Farrell Arena at Hastings College for the Heartland Holiday Hoops Classic and the upcoming schedule. Next up, GICC taking on Shelton, scheduled for a 3 o'clock start. We might be a little bit behind, but not too far behind there. Sydney against Hastings. Yes, the Red Raiders did dig out of the snowstorm to make it here today. Osceola against St. Cecilia, and then our nightcap tonight, the high-flying Amherst Broncos taking on Adams Central for an 8 o'clock start. You can watch all of them here on Strive TV. Your pass, your pay-per-view for this game gets you access to all of the games for the rest of the day live, and you will be able to see them all on demand as well.
Close one here between Elkhorn North and Kearney as they kick this one in the quarter to Farrington, who hesitates, takes a shot just inside the three-point arc. It's an air ball as Farrington was closely guarded. And now Jack Dahlgren will work it the other way for Kearney. They get it out to Dahlgren. Dahlgren on the right wing. Dahlgren hesitates, goes inside. Fade away 10-footer. Gets that one to go. Nice shot from Jack Dahlgren. Now 8 points of the contest.
Well, keep in mind that's like an 8-2 run to get it back after that. After Elkhorn North had cut it to 5. So a couple of important possessions upcoming here. Start of the fourth quarter is huge when you got that 6-point margin going to the period. What's the first team to make the 6-0 run? Because that is obviously going to make it really important for the other team no matter what happens. This is a guy you want with the ball in his hands if you are Elkhorn North to pass out of that double team, though.
Get it to Dryak now, back up top, Will Farrington. Farrington swings it over to Orgabold. Orgabold trying to drive inside, going all the way, underhanded layup, too strong off the glass, fight for the rebound. And Trey Beckman has it for Kearney. Now quickly go the Bearcats the other way. Kick it out, Dahlgren. Dahlgren hesitates, goes inside on the left block, throws up a shot off the glass, rims in and out. The defensive rebound goes to Beckman.
Good defensive stop there. Kind of maybe a little bit quick with the shot if you're Kearney High, but that's not necessarily something they're used to is taking those quick shots and then a travel.
Cole Dryak, just a couple too many steps there for Elkhorn North with 6.5 remaining in the fourth. Mentioned it, Elkhorn North outscored the Bearcats 23-15 in the third quarter. They had it at 6. And now Kearney trying to answer. So they work it around with Carter Lee. Carter Lee, the 5'10 junior with 17 points in the contest. As there's a travel as Trey Beckman jumped up in the air, was looking to pass, but then there was nowhere there. So now Elkhorn North will take over.
Sometimes the spring just goes off in your body and you levitate for a second, and then you have nowhere to throw it, and then you unlevitate.
As Cole DeBuse checks into the game.
Yeah. Unlevitate?
As Tommy Mechna leads all scorers for Elkhorn North with 16. Orgabold has 15 so far for Elkhorn North as they try to continue to chip into this lead, and there's a block by Jack Dahlgren working on Carson Ripley. A nice job defensively. Just about 2 minutes into this fourth quarter as Cole DeBuse will look to inbound from the baseline for Elkhorn North. DeBuse throws this one up. It's caught by Mechna. Mechna drives inside, goes all the way. His layup off the glass. Too far to the left of the backboard. And Ben Johnson with a defensive rebound for Kearney. Johnson swings this one in the left corner to Endorf, who works it back up top to Ben Johnson. Johnson's scored 18 points so far for Kearney. Had a really nice day as there's Endorf, leaves it short off the front of the iron. Defensive rebound at Abuse. So now Farrington trying to work past the double team, throws it across midcourt. It's just safe inbounds the other way, but then it's stolen away by Trey Beckman.
And this is the part of the game where Kearney's like, okay, let's speed things back up. We feel comfortable-ish with the 8-point lead. Now we can start to speed things back up defensively.
Here's Dahlgren in the right corner. 5 minutes and some change left in this one. As nice backdoor pass inside. Endorf leaves the layup short off the glass. Gets the rebound. Put back no good. Gets another rebound. Throws up a shot.
Oh, man.
And it's an air ball. Can't get 3 tries to go for Asher Endorf.
Got to get something out of that, right?
So now Ripley brings it the other way. Fadeaway 6-footer. Gets that one to go. It's now 7 points for Carson Ripley.
Okay, well, 6-point game again. And again, plenty of time.
Dahlgren, good find inside Endorf, and that time he redeems himself with a layup with the right hand off the glass. So a nice find inside.
And Elkhorn North going to have to take a timeout. They only had one guy down there, and the full court press. That's the situational awareness, knowing that we want the Kearney High wants to do the press. Got to be ready for that. Be able to help out your teammates.
4.5 remaining in the fourth. 60-52. Bearcats on top. We're back for more on Strive TV.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Become a new Strive school. Join a community of educators and students. Get access to support, resources, and education. Your fans watch for free, and there's even a new revenue opportunity for your school. Contact sales at strive.tv to sign up your school to become a Strive school.
4:34 remaining in this fourth quarter. Elkhorn North continues to hang around. 8-point game, 60-52. Kearney High leads this one, but Elkhorn North just hasn't been able to quite close the gap to, taking the lead, tying kind of status so far.
Yep, so that's why I say it's so important if whoever's going to make this run, somebody's making a run here in the next probably 2 minutes. Is it Kearney and it's a 4-0 run? Or is it, if it's going to be Elkhorn North coming back, it's going to have to be probably that 6 or 8. You got to tie it here pretty quick. Otherwise, you're going to end up using so much energy in the last 2 minutes that you're going to either run out of gas or you're going to run out of time. So these next 2 minutes are critical for both teams. Who can execute on offense and who can keep their heads about them defensively.
Here's Ergashev passing the right corner. 3-pointer on its way. Left it short at the front of the iron was Cole Dryak. Big miss there as now Kearney has the ball back with just over 4 minutes left in the fourth. So here goes Jack Dahlgren. Dahlgren continues to move closer to 100 points so far on the season. Now only 14 points away from that margin as Dahlgren has it on the left wing. Drives inside. Kicks it in the right corner. Now back up top. And they can tick away some time here. So here's Dahlgren on the right wing, passing the right corner. Asher Endorf back up top. Here's Dahlgren. Dahlgren inside the free throw line, takes it himself. 8-footer, won't go with the right hand, but he was fouled. Still out of the free throw line.
That's a tough shot there from Dahlgren too. Going hard to the left, defense, kind of on your hip there. So he never really got to turn and come towards the hoop, but able to muscle one up and give himself a chance.
Jack Dahlgren, his first free throw at the line. That one will go. He is now up to 9 points on the contest. These are his first points since the first quarter, though. He scored 6 in the first and scored again until the fourth as his second free throw rims around and out. But an offensive rebound by Johnson. So now they're able to keep it themselves. Here's Johnson in the left corner. Pulls up for 3. That one left short off the front of the iron. The defensive rebound goes the way of Elkhorn North. Here's Ergashev the other way. Ergashev, top of the key. Kicks it out. Carson Ripley back to Ergashev. Steps into a right wing 3. Left it off the back of the iron. A little too strong. Ben Johnson with the defensive rebound for Kearney High. So Kearney High again will slow things down. Just over 3 to play in the fourth as here goes Ben Johnson. Johnson is fouled. And so now 2 shots coming for Johnson.
Well, and a perfect example there. You think you're just when you're thinking, okay, they're going to space out. We're going to burn some clock. Nope. Johnson right to the hoop. Quick move. and draws the foul.
You knock in these two, allow him 20 points on the contest. His first free throw will rim in and out. There's a couple substitutions for Elkhorn North with Farrington and Orgabold. 61-52 Bearcats with 3:09 left in the contest. Second free throw from Johnson, up and good. So that's now 19 points for the sophomore here in this one. So Farrington will inbound. Elkhorn North now has got to start getting some shots to fall. With just over 3 minutes left to play, they're down by 10. Throw it to Orgabold, trying to work it past midcourt. Running out of time, Nike Orgabold's able to work it past the timeline. Debuse back up top, Farrington. Farrington top of the key, driving inside. Hesitating in the left elbow, throws it inside. The runner from Ripley was partially blocked, and now it goes out of bounds off of Carson Ripley. Kearney will take over with 2:51 remaining in the fourth.
That was a good move and a good cut, but really nice recovery defense. Was that Dahlgren that got a hand on that on the way up there? So, boy, I thought that was going to be not completely open, but a contested layup attempt there, and Dahlgren got a good chunk of that ball.
Dahlgren has it, couple feet outside the right wing with 2:40 and counting remaining in the fourth. He'll kick it in the corner. Here's Endorf, right corner three, and he gets that one to fall. Big time shot for Kearney High, 12 points for Endorf, and the lead is 13. As there's a turnover, too high of a pass for Farrington. Kearney will bring it the other way. Now in the left corner, Dahlgren will hoist up a three. It rims in and out. The defensive rebound goes to Carson Ripley for Elkhorn North. Pass this one ahead to Debuse on the left wing. Bounce pass. Here's a left elbow jumper. Farrington had it rim in and out. Carter Lee with the defensive rebound who throws it quickly up ahead. Here's Endorf. Kicks it back out Johnson. Now Dahlgren on the left elbow. They kick it back out. Now under 2 minutes left to play. Dahlgren kicks it out. They will work it around. Here's Endorf on the left wing, driving inside. Kicks it back out to Carter Lee. Swinging the ball around, trying to take away as much time as they can. Again, getting to not use the shot clock. They can take away some time as Jack Dahlgren misses the left-handed layup, left it a little short. Nike Orgabold working it quickly the other way for Elkhorn North, going under the hoop. Kicks it in the right corner, now back up top, trying to get it back up top to Debuse, but it was tipped out of bounds, and now see a substitution as Tommy Mechna will check into the game for Elkhorn North with 1:23 remaining in the fourth.
This feels tough now for Elkhorn North, but again, I know we said it a lot and it feels like we kind of harped on it, and maybe we did, but when they played with their heads above water and they kept their composure and they were able to to feel like they were attacking the rim, man, they were really quite good today. It's not going to be enough in this game because they had too many times where they weren't quite above water. And credit to Kearney's defense. Like we said, that's exactly how Coach Bronick wants to play. It's exactly how he wants his guys to attack their game, and it doesn't matter if they're playing Elkhorn North or Creighton Prep, right? They want to play that same way. We've probably seen a little bit of I don't want to say we're relaxing if you're Kearney High, but you haven't been as forceful with that defense. Especially here in the third, now into the fourth quarter, but still, you've seen that when they flip that switch, man, they can really put a lot of pressure on a team, and the road's never easy in Class A, no matter what, and no matter how talented and how skillful you think you are, somebody's going to have something for you some night, right? And it's only those very, very elite teams that get through something moderately unscathed, right? Chucky and Hunter never had undefeated seasons because they always had to play each other, right? But those kind of teams, but a team like Kearney, that's the kind of team that could beat a Bell West at some point in the postseason, and everybody goes, "Ooh, what was that?" That's the type of game that they like to play, and that's it kind of lends itself like, hey, on the right night, you never know, and that's what's going to be fun about watching Kearney this year.
Carter Lee will inbound with just about 54 seconds remaining in the contest. Only 2 points for Elkhorn North here in the fourth as they kick it over. Ben Johnson in the left corner goes up strong. Layup off the glass, goes down and in, and that might be the dagger for the Bearcats. Ben Johnson now over 20 points. He's got 21.
Yep, I remember that. It was, 56-50, and it was like, okay, what's the next what's the next 6-0 run? Who is it? Well, it's been more than that, and it's been Kearney.
Ben Johnson at the free throw line. His and one shot will go. He's now got 22 points in the contest. You mentioned it, a 12-2 run here in the fourth quarter for the Kearney Bearcats. This has been a fantastic way to close out Elkhorn North. But for Elkhorn North, this is a team that didn't play like they're 0-6 today.
No.
They played really well.
Yep, and a lot of good pieces. You know, I love what Orgebold could do. A nice, smooth operator. If he can get into the lane, like there's on cue. Thank you. Magna has got a good skill set. Farrington's got a nice skill set. So there's definitely some pieces if you're Elkhorn North. It's just, again, it's just more playing together. It's more trusting your teammates that they're going to do what they're supposed to do and be in the right place where you expect them to be. And if they could play with a little more trust, I tell you that there's definitely some W's in the future for these Wolves.
They're able to cut the lead to 12 as they now throw this one ahead to Justin Murray, and he will likely take the final couple dribbles of this one as Kearney High. They will improve to 6-1 with their 68-56 win over Elkhorn North. They end up being led by Ben Johnson, who scores 22 points in the contest. Carter Lee adds 17, 9 points out of Jack Dahlgren, 12 points out of Asher Endorf. A really nice performance for Kearney here today.
Yep, good balance, and you know, like we said, when they keep attacking, they keep wanting to turn you over. They can make things snowball real quick, and we saw that to a certain extent. It was in kind of flurries today for Kearney High. So it'll be interesting to see how both these teams continue to evolve over the rest of the season. You made a great point. Elkhorn North does not play like a team that hasn't won a game yet. They've got pieces. They play hard, and when they play smart, man, there's some good things going to happen for that team. And that's a kind of team in Class B where you don't have a ton of teams. They're probably right now. You're probably looking at a lower sub-district seed, right? That's the kind of team that can beat somebody as a higher seed and make everybody else in B go, huh? How'd that happen? And make you go watch a lot of film in a short amount of time. You know, for those opposing teammates.
For Elkhorn North, they ended up being led by Nike Orgebold with 17 points. Tommy Mechna ended up with 16 points, 12 of them coming in the third quarter. Well, coming up next on Strive TV, it's Grand Island, Central Catholic, and Shelton. That game is set to tip off around 3 p.m. We might even be pretty much right on schedule for that one, maybe just a couple minutes after. So for Eric Allgood, I've been John Willis. As Kearney High, they win this one 68-56. You're watching the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.